I'm going to ask for your solidarity to help me do it. Last Thursday, I gave a name to that spirit that has been moving in New York City. I said it was solidarity. I said it was the force we need to vanquish our biggest foes. And I don't mean Wemby and the Spurs. Solidarity is the force that we need to vanquish Trump's fascism, to abolish ICE, and to stand up to the billionaires who are rigging our economy against us. This campaign here was born out of solidarity. Now, solidarity is not the same as unity. Unity means we already agree. Solidarity means we do the work to build bridges even across significant differences. That's what we did last year when we joined together to defeat Andrew Cuomo and elect Zoran as the mayor of New York City. All right, I'm going to also add one thank you that I thought I had in a great list of unions before, but we could not have won this race without the United Auto Workers who shows an awful lot of solidarity and was there last year when we defeated Andrew Cuomo and elected as mayor. We proved then politics doesn't have to be a cage match. Politics can be a team sport in pursuit of the values we share. We ran this campaign also like a team sport because you need a team when you're up against bullies and billionaires. And that's what I intend to do in Congress. Our team of progressive champions is growing tonight. It's been growing in recent months, beginning with that election of Ana Lilia Mejia in New Jersey, and continuing to tonight. Congratulations to Claire Valdez. And I believe it will continue to grow in the months ahead. Now, when you're insurgents, you spend a lot of time criticizing. That's just the nature of a primary. But coming out of a primary, our job is to do two things, and they are slightly different from Meg's two things. Our job is to do two things: to take the lessons that the voters taught us, and also to build unity within the Democratic Party to win the majority back this fall. When I launched this race, I said it wasn't progressives versus moderates. I said it's fighters versus folders. So, as we head into November, I'm going to give you 4 lessons that I believe are worth fighting for. All right. First, we have to fight hard and visibly against a system the American people have already concluded is rigged. And the clearest evidence of that rigging is corporate money in our elections. Democratic voters with these votes tonight are sending a strong message. It is time for the Democratic Party to walk away from corporate PAC money. To walk away from PACs funded by Wall Street and crypto and AI and APAC. People can see through this. They've been seeing through it for a long time already. We can only stand up and fight the corruption of Trump and his cronies if we make the line just as sharp and clear as it actually is. Second, we have to focus relentlessly on delivering for working families, on the things that matter most in their lives, on housing and healthcare and childcare, and a job that pays enough to live a decent life in this expensive city. Heading into this fall, Democrats have to show people clearly what we're fighting for, not just what we're fighting against. That was such an important part of Zoran's campaign and has been an important part of his first 6 months in office. So here's a proposal for Democratic unity. One of the best things that Democrats did last year was to turn the government shutdown into a fight over healthcare subsidies. Let's do that again, but this time let's hold strong all the way to the end. Let's be clear together that Democrats will only vote for a budget that restores healthcare subsidies on the exchanges, to Medicare and to Medicaid, and let people know this is the party that fights for the things that matter for you. Third, we cannot compromise on anyone's humanity. This one should be straightforward, but alas, it sure doesn't feel that way right now. Democrats are painfully divided by our differences over the U.S. relationship to Israel and Palestine, and we have to face up to it squarely. Our party needs to admit that Joe Biden's Hug Bibi strategy was a catastrophic failure. I believe it made us complicit in genocide. Bombs we paid for killed over 70,000 Palestinians, mostly women and children. Tanks we sent made over 1 million people homeless. Humanitarian aid is still not getting in. We cannot keep paying for Netanyahu's wars with our tax dollars.
That's right.
Democratic voters across the country are saying this loud and clear.
Yes.
What we need instead is a politics of shared safety. One that sees Palestinian kids in Gaza and the West Bank as created B'Tselem Elohim in the image of God just as much as Rosa and Marek. One that understands that Israelis will only be truly safe when Palestinians are free. Now, that politics of shared safety must, of course, include Jews in the United States and in Israel as well. American Jews have been on the front lines of civil rights struggles for generations as New Yorkers, as Americans, as Democrats, as progressives, as socialists. Let's keep it that way. You can criticize Israel and not be anti-Semitic. You can be an anti-Zionist and not be anti-Semitic. Many Jews are, and many non-Jews also. Now, too often, though, people have started using Zionist as a slur for Jews. You can just check my mentions if you don't believe me. And anti-Semitism, it rises with fascism and with war, and we're amidst both right now. Progressives need to be people who are standing against this, not looking away from it. There is so much trauma here, so much grief, so much fear, and we hold on to it so tightly, and nobody acts well from a place of fear. It does not bring out our best selves. But we have an opportunity in this moment, a responsibility to insist on everyone's humanity all the way down. Last week at a synagogue in Brooklyn, I met 3 Israelis who do something called protective presence in the West Bank. They put their bodies on the line between their Palestinian neighbors and settlers who are trying to drive them from their homes, and in some cases, kill them. Now, the Palestinians they work alongside, they couldn't come to Brooklyn because they can't get a visa. But you know what? They do this work together anyway because they know their fates are bound up together. In Congress, I will try to carry a fraction of the courage that those folks carry. I will be one of the Jewish members of Congress most willing to stand up loud for Palestinian human rights, freedom, and dignity.
Let's go.
I will stand firmly against bigotry aimed at Jews as well. That's not 2 different jobs, that's the same job. That's the job that Rabbi Hillel gave us 2,000 years ago. Im ein ani li mili, if I am not for myself, who will be for me? Uksha'ani la'atzmi ma'ani, but if I am for myself only, what am I? V'im lo achshav ematai, and if not now, when? Hillel put this another way, and that brings me to my 4th and final lesson. B'makom she'en anashim lehishtareh lehiot ish. In a place where no one is acting like a human being, try to be a human being. Because that is exactly the moment that we're living in right now. On one side, our empathy is being hacked by a fascism that needs someone to blame. Immigrants, trans kids, women. For problems it has no intention of solving. And on the other side, algorithmic social media and AI are coming for something quieter, but just as real: our attention, our judgment, our capacity to sit with each other's complexities instead of optimizing it all away. So here's the fourth idea I think Democrats should run with this fall. Not just a platform, but a spirit. Let's call it a new humanism. One built for this moment, when the loudest forces in our politics and our technology both seem to have an interest in making us less human rather than more human. A new humanism doesn't ask what's efficient, it asks what's worthy of us. A new humanism says dignity isn't a value you balance against other values, it's the floor everything else stands on. It says joy is not a luxury for having after the fight is won. Joy is part of how we win it. And boy, you saw and you felt and you lived that out on the streets of this city over the last couple weeks. And don't let anyone tell you it doesn't matter. It matters. And that new humanism says purpose comes not from being right by yourself. It comes from being bound up with other people, all other people, including ones that an algorithm or an administration tells you you can ignore. Pope Leo, in his recent encyclical on AI, made a version of this same case. And you don't have to share his faith to recognize the instinct that there is something in us. Call it soul, call it dignity, call it whatever you want, that neither a fascist nor an AI can take away from us. That is the spirit that has been moving through New York City over the past few weeks. That is the spirit we've been fighting together for the past 30 years. That's the spirit we built this campaign on, and that is the spirit that I will carry into the United States.